Hey guys, hi, hello. You're gonna watch Napoleon Hill, The Master Key to Riches, Chapter 7, The Mastermind. It was very early in the morning when the conference participants arrived in the auditorium. They were especially excited because they had been told today's lesson would be crucial to their understanding of the Master Key to Riches. Some had been bored by the lesson of the previous evening and went back to their rooms to contemplate and the meaning and expressions of love to in their own lives. Others barely share how they felt about the evening's lesson, hoping today's lecture would return to some of the most or more practical concepts the speaker had presented in the past. Yet today's lesson seemed to be continuation of yesterday's theme. As they filled in the large room, they were told to sit in the pairs. Each person was directed to sit with someone of their choosing, and those who refused were asked to leave. For those who would not able to reap the full benefits of most choose to follow the instruction of the speaker, and while his methods were so mysterious, so speakers had left for them, and trusting the similar to the lesson they had learnt in these days, and presiding this one and the information they were about to receive would be invaluable to attain the success. Nearly 10 minutes after everyone was settled, the speaker appeared. This time, a woman walked out into the stage with him, and she seemed to be his age, and yet it was hard to tell if she was his wife or colleague or trusted friend or someone else significant in his life. So the participants assumed that would be something answer shortly, and the speaker grabbed the microphone and the hand of his guest and together walked down to the steps at the side of the stage until they were standing in the side facing the audience. So the mastermind principle, began the speaker, is the basic of all great achievement, the foundation stone of the major importance in all human progress, whether individual progress or collective progress. It provides the key to attainment of great personal power, and the mastermind principle is defined as an alliance of two or more minds blended in a spirit of perfect harmony, cooperation, and attainment of the definite purpose. And the key to its power may be found in the word harmony. Without the element, collective effort may constitute cooperation, but it will lack the power which harmony provides through coordination of effort. The tenets of major importance in the connective or the connection with the mastermind principles are these. Premise 1. The mastermind principle is the medium through which one may produce the full benefit of the experience, training, education, specialized knowledge, and native ability of others just completely as if their minds were once one. And premise number 2. An alliance of two or more minds in a spirit of perfect harmony for the attainment of definite purpose stimulates each individual mind with the highest degree of inspiration and may become a state of mind which known as faith. And a slight idea of stimulation and its power is experienced in the relationship of close friendship and the relationship of love. Premise number 3. Every human brain is both broadcasting station and receiving station for the expression of vibrations of thoughts, and the stimulation effects of mastermind principle stimulates action of thought through what is commonly known as telepathy, operation through the sixth sense. And in this manner, many business and professional alliances and the translated into reality seldom has anyone ever attained a high station of enduring power without the application of mastermind principle, through which he secured the benefits of other minds. And this fact alone is sufficient evidence of the soundness and the importance of mastermind principle, and it is a fact which anyone may observe without straining or straining his power about of observation or overtaxing his credibility. So premise number 4, the mastermind principle, when actively applied, has the effect of connection with one and the subconscious section of the mind and the subconscious section of the mind of his allies, and a fact which may explain many of the seemingly miraculous results attained through the mastermind. Premise number 5, and most important human relation that benefits from the application of the mastermind principles are in marriage, in relation, and in connection with one's occupation or profession or calling. The mastermind principle made it possible for Thomas A. Edison to become a great inventor despite his lack of education, his lack of knowledge of science, and a circumstance which offers hope to all who erroneously believe themselves to be seriously handicapped by the lack of formal education. While the aid of mastermind principle, one may understand the history and the structure of this earth on which we live throughout the knowledge of skilled geologists. Throughout the knowledge experience of the chemist, one may make practical use of chemistry without being trained chemist. With the aid of scientists, technicians, physicians, and physicists, and practical mechanics, and one may become successful inventor without personal training in any of these fields, as did Mr. Edison. The importance of alliances. So there are two general types of mastermind alliances: alliance for purely social or personal reason with one's relative, religious, advisors, or friends, and when no material gain or objective is sought. The most important of this type of this alliance is the husband and wife. And alliance number 2, or the type 2, is for the business professionals or economic advancement, consisting the individuals or who have personal motive in connection with the object of alliance. Now let us consider some of the most important examples of power that have been attained by the application of mastermind. The American form of government was originally written in the Constitution of United States should have first analysis because it has one form of power which virtually affects every citizen of a country and to a large degree affects the entire world. A country is noted for the three obvious facts. Number 1, it is the richest country of the world. Number 2, it is the most powerful nation of the world. And number 3, it provides its citizens with more personal freedom than does any other nation. Riches, freedoms, and power. What an awe, inspiration, combination, realities. And the source of these benefits is not difficulties to determine for its centers of the constitution of a country and in the American system of free enterprises. These having been so harmoniously coordinated that they have been provided people with both spiritual and economic power, and such as the world has never before witnessed. A forum or form of government is stupendous, and the mastermind alliance made up the harmonious relationship of all known as states. And the central core of our American mastermind is easily discernible by breaking down our form of government and examining its component parts, all which are under direct control of the majority of people. And these parts are like 3. Number 1, executive branch of the government maintained by the president, judiciary branch maintained by the Supreme Court, and legislative branch maintained by the 2 houses of the Congress. Our constitution has been so wisely constructed that the power behind all 3 of these branches of government is held by the people, and it is the power of which the people cannot be deprived, respect, or except by their own neglect to use it. Our political power is expressed through our government. Our economic power is maintained and expressed throughout a system of free enterprise. And the sum total of power of the 2 always is exact ratio of the degree of harmony, and with which a 2 coordinates, and the power thus attained, and this property of the all, and it is where which our living has been provided the people with a higher standard of living that civilization has yet evolved, and which has been made a nation truly the richest and the freest and most powerful nation of the world. We speak of this power, the American way of life, and the illustration of the major or the mastermind applied to the industry may be found in the great American system of transportation and communication. Those who manage our railroads and the airlines, our telephone or telecommunication system, have established a service which has been equaled in any other country. The efficiency and the resultant power consist entirely in the application of a mastermind principle or harmonious coordination of effort. And still another example of power attained through the mastermind principle may be found by observing the relationship of our military forces, our armies and navy, our air force, and here elsewhere they keep to a way of power being harmonious coordination of effort. The great American system of merchandising is still another example of economic power attaining throughout the mastermind of principle, and every successful industry is the result of application of mastermind and the American system of free enterprise. And this entirety is a marvelous illustration of economic power produced by friendly, harmonious coordination of effort. Andrew Carnegie frankly admitted that his entire fortune was accumulated by the application of this principle, through which he he brought together one of the greatest industrial organizations this nation has ever witnessed. And let it be remembered that this mastermind consists of his entire organization of associated workers, and from the humble to the greatest. And the key workers of the mastermind is managerial and supervisory staffs, and were recruited from his rank and file, and he understood that mastermind principle so thoroughly that he inspired every worker to make the most of his opportunity by aiming for the highest position. And the man of whom he entrusted the organization, the philosophy of individual achievement, had the benefit through Mr. Kagi's assistant, and the greatest mastermind alliance that ever collaborated in such an understanding. It consists of more than 500 leaders of industries of Mr. Kagi's caliber, and the alliance continued over a period of 20 years, during which everyone in the alliance provided the author of philosophy with the full benefits of the entire industrial experience. The alliance provided the world with an astounding demonstration of the power which may be attained through the first three principles of the philosophy: the habit of going extra mile, definiteness of purpose, and the mastermind. And definiteness of purpose, which inspired these workers, was the providing all with a workable philosophy based on the experience of those who had demonstrated material success. It was an unselfish purpose because it was directly entirely for the benefit of others. And those behind the purpose were already successful, but they recognized the advantage of sharing their knowledge, and they recognized also the disadvantages of an economic system which benefits a few at an expense of many. And each person in the alliance demonstrated his understanding of the principles of going extra mile, demonstrated it by contributing time and experience without money or without price, in order to the people of this nation entirely might enjoy the benefits of philosophy known to be very foundation of the great American way of life, and a foundation which had made us the richest and the freest country of the world. And in order to we get a comprehensive understanding of the power and benefits of this particular mastermind alliance, imagine what it might be or to you if you had been privileged just choosing 500 American leaders of industry who would consent to serve you your guidance or your instructors for the period of 20 years without a cost or obligation. You would have thought, or throughout the collaboration of so large group of successful leaders have full benefit of knowledge and expensive or experience which have grown out the development of American system of free enterprise. It would be the best use of their knowledge, your success you would be inevitable. And the humblest person may benefit from the principle by forming harmonious alliance with anyone his choice. And the most profound and perhaps the most beneficial applications of this principle that anyone may make their mastermind alliance is marriage, and provided the motive behind that alliance is love. And this sort of alliance not only coordinates the minds of husbands and wives, but also blends the spiritual qualities of their souls. The benefits of such an alliance not only brings joy and happiness to both the partners, but also profoundly bless their children with sound character and endow them with the fundamentals of successful life. Over here, let me end the part 1 of the chapter 7, the mastermind, and see you soon, very soon, in part 2 session of chapter 7, the mastermind of Napoleon Hill, the master key to riches.